Kungalution, welcome aboard another Mickey's Roundtable adventure. For this adventure, I headed over to Adventureland at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom for the annual 27th anniversary of the founding of the Jungle Navigation Company. You're not going to want to miss this exciting episode. Jungle water.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. You wish upon a star. Zippity-dee-dah, zippity-yay.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Who's the leader of the trumpets made for you and me? M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E.
Yep, you heard me right. I said it was the annual 27th anniversary. How can it be the 27th anniversary every year? Well, the Jungle Cruise, it's always 1938 at the Jungle Cruise. That's the year that it is set in. And so the company, the fictional company, the Jungle Navigation Company, founded by Dr. Albert Falls, April 8th, 1911. So every year on April 8th, it is the 27th anniversary. Every single year. And so, yeah, so it was the annual anniversary. The last 2 years I went to the Jungle Cruise, and so I did it again. And now some folks say that I look like Dr. Albert Falls. Personally, I don't see the resemblance. Normally, I will walk from wherever I park over to the Transportation and Ticket Center, but every once in a while, if there's a tram right there, I will jump on the tram, and so I did that today. Anyway, I headed over to the TTC, and I jumped on the monorail from there over to Magic Kingdom, and once I got into Main Street USA, I jumped on the omnibus. Again, transportation options just kept popping up all over the place. So I took that up to the hub before heading on into Adventureland and the Jungle Cruise, the world famous Jungle Cruise. I did ride the ride a couple of times. It is my favorite attraction because it is so unique. It is old school Disney. It's just skippers being skippers. They're all unique. They all have a different twist and take on the same basic material. And you're going to get a different experience every single time. And it is absolutely fantastic. The cast members there love the attraction, and they show it again every single time you are on that attraction. You've got love for the time period and the aesthetic and the humor and the adventure and all of it. And there's always the classic jokes. Backside of water, and the Nile River is the longest river in the world. It goes on for Niles and Niles and Niles and Niles. And you, if you've ridden the Jungle Cruise, you've probably heard the bit. But then again, not every skipper does every single bit on every single cruise. And again, that's why it's fantastic and why I love it so very much. This is another episode that I like to call Rides and Restaurants, because I'll go ride on a ride and then I will go and eat at the associated restaurant. For the Jungle Cruise, the associated and similarly themed restaurant is the Jungle Navigation Company Skipper Canteen, just on the way there in Adventureland. When you're on the attraction, you'll hear references to Dr. Albert Falls, Alberta Falls, and other characters. But when you get into the restaurant, that's where it really comes to life. There is a portrait of Dr. Albert Falls in the little waiting area just before you go into the seating area. Next to him, a more cubist, I guess, is the art style. I'm not an art historian. Portrait of Alberta Falls, his granddaughter. So the storyline for the Jungle Navigation Company is that in 1911, explorer and adventurer, member of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, Albert Falls, founded the Jungle Navigation Company to help explore the remote rivers of the world. 1928, he went missing. His granddaughter, Alberta, took over operation of the company, and as the ride is set, as the Skipper Canteen is set, it's 1938. She's in charge. You can see her office upstairs at the Skipper Canteen. There are 3 dining areas. The main dining area, that's where all the skippers would congregate and have their meals. There's 2 smaller rooms in the back. My favorite room at the Jungle Navigation Company Skipper Canteen is the Sea Room, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. There's a bookcase and it is opened up, so it was a secret room. You pull out a book or something and you head on in, and there's a dining room back there. That's where they would have meetings for the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. Next to that is the Jungle Room. There's all kinds of fantastic details, and like the Jungle Cruise, your wait staff will they'll throw in some dad jokes and some bad humor and puns and those kinds of things that you're familiar with on the ride, but you get that at the restaurant as well. So just as the Jungle Cruise is my favorite attraction at Magic Kingdom, the Skipper Canteen is my favorite restaurant to eat at Magic Kingdom. So I'm leaving the restaurant and I'm walking along the path there, and I fell into a hole. Can you believe it? Yeah, I couldn't see that well. All right, that was one of the jokes that I used to use when I was a Jungle Cruise skipper a couple of years ago. I did used to be a Jungle Cruise skipper. Part of the reason that I loved the ride, but then again, the reason I became a Jungle Cruise skipper was because I loved the ride, so it's kind of a... Anyway, love the attraction. If you look on my Mickey's Roundtable YouTube channel there, my brother helped me out and I put together a whole video featuring my whole Jungle Cruise spiel and the history and kind of a little bit of the backstory of the Jungle Cruise. There's also a video on there where I dressed up as Albert Falls and we did kind of a little 1928 newsreel about Dr. Albert Falls going missing. A little bit more of the backstory. If you want to watch those or any of my other videos, please subscribe, like the videos, etc., etc. You know the drill. Anyway, until next time, this has been another Mickey's Roundtable adventure. I'm Albert. I'm your host. We'll see you real soon.